When you first think of a burger, the first brand on your mind is probably McDonald's. Even if you absolutely hate and can't stand them, that is still probably your first thought. McDonald's, Mickey D's, the Golden Arches, all of these names alone are so recognizable that they all recall that red and golden color scheme, and a logo whose silhouette is also so recognizable that it gives Mickey Mouse a run for his money. Love it or hate it, this is a brand that will exist in our minds as long as their burgers last in the sun. The number of things that make McDonald's famous are more numerous than the number of fries you get in a large box, but because it is probably what makes them the most famous, and because it is what I am here to talk about, we will focus on their brand narrative, or at least the one I grew up with. McDonald's brings love and joy with every meal because they believe that family and food leads to happiness. It seems a really weird narrative for a company that was sued because their coffee was too hot. But the bright golden color of the sun, the upbeat and positive jingle that ends every commercial, the smiles of everyone in their commercials, which never happens with my kids, and the generous contributions they make to try and ease the burden of families struggling with medical illnesses, all point to the joy and laughter they try and bring to the world and to families. This narrative is so strong that McDonald's doesn't just beat out every burger joint, but also every fast food joint, and most restaurants that are far out of their league. Not only that, but while many people think McDonald's was the first restaurant to put toys in meals, this is far from the truth. In fact, originally McDonald's didn't even want anything to do with that. The kid and family-friendly restaurant we know today didn't even want what they are most known for. In fact, implementing that was probably the moment when their brand narrative truly started. While we talked about Michael Jordan representing the brand narrative of Nike, we don't really have an equivalent here. Ronald McDonald was the mascot for a long time, siding with the narrative of spreading joy to children. However, clowns in general have died off in popularity over the years. Instead, McDonald's knows that they bring joy, are synonymous with it, and as such don't need a mascot to represent the story we already know by heart. To have your brand narrative as familiar as any religious story, parable, myth, or fairy tale is quite an accomplishment. But all starts first with a great brand narrative. Emotion, behavior, belief, and value. And while we live the narrative front to back, we create it in reverse. McDonald's values family. They believe that good food brings family together. They create enjoyable meals for the whole family, and they do so joyously, despite what they try to bring to the world. While their brand narrative clearly works, they still get a lot of hate. And yes, there is always someone who can't stand what is popular. The problem, however, lies in how McDonald's does not always practice what they preach. You see, the brand narrative is not only about the customers. While you want to share your values with the community, you also have to reflect on those values yourself. This includes creating a business plan that moves past the business and into other ventures that pursue that value. While McDonald's does imbue that value with their personal charity, they also do place money before their value in terms of expansion. This really comes to light with the movie Founder with Michael Keaton, which shows that McDonald's isn't really a restaurant, but in reality is a real estate company. Creating a brand narrative isn't just about what you show others. It is about what helps create your desire for the business in the first place. The golden arches are a gateway to joy, but nothing lies outside of the fence they create.